There it is. Welcome, 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 welcome. Super Tuesday. You know what it is. Hot off the press. Hot off the press. News you can use so you won't get abused. And you know who I be. Your co-host with the most. Say the most. And everything like that. And have a toast. Try to get y'all to boast. Um, but can't do can't do too much. Hold up, yeah. Yeah, had it wrong all the way wrong. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have it right. Like I said, you know who it is. I'll be your host,
International.
G, and that be me. Before I start off, let me give a shout outs. Start out with shout outs. Well, start off with peace. Peace, everybody, peace. Positive energy always creates elevation. And with that, let me give a shout out to my man, Big Haas, my former co host with the most. Still think he know more than anybody. All the sense. My man. Sarah LaCrush, big shout out to you. The Hoteps, and I run down my crew again. Big Walk with the food menu, going jumping off of y'all. Support my brother. Big C, the Terminator Exterminator. Spraying them rats, roaches, whatever you got, infestation of. He got you. He got you. Just hit me up. I'll hit him up, and gotta come through me so I can get my money though. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, my man Skinny Lee, keep doing your thing. Big D, welcome home. My man Big C, other Big C. You know, yeah, Big C, all y'all, Rallo, all y'all. Hell yeah, my my fam, Pressure Lee. Big shout out to Pressure Lee. Hell yeah, Red. Give y'all shout outs because I don't shout a lot of people out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna shout you out. I shout you out. I appreciate everybody for real. Just I just wanted to jump into the news. I got so many people I can shout out. Go all day, all night. I'm jumping the news like I said. We always think. You know, police always doing things to black people or people of color. That's true. People of color, they always. I mean, it seems to be. But like I said, if you statistically look at the facts are this right here. Go through any statistics. The most people that's getting killed by police are white people. That's true. That's a fact. By number. Now by percentage, quite naturally, it's far more blacks. You understand that? Under this Trump administration, I know he's pro police. Um, haven't seen a lot of disturbances this year, except for the ICE, and the ICE is that they're doing their job. They're set out to, you know, round up illegal immigrants and send them packing. You know, and you should come in the country. Come in. You want to come in the United States, you come in like you're supposed to come in. Just like if I want to go to visit any other country, I'm gonna go like I'm supposed to go with my passport. I know I can only stay a certain amount of days. Everything to that nature. Just gonna do things correctly. So we always think, but white people they the lead statistics in all statistical categories, damn near, um, based on population. But yeah, but still, numbers don't lie. Numbers are numbers. You know, it's sad that anybody had to be killed by police because a lot of European countries they have police that don't carry guns at all. And if a police officer in the United States is properly trained, then they should be trained to use the gun to result for the gun as your last possible suggestion to do. You know what I'm saying? Means of defense, if that's what you're using it for, defense and not offense. Offense guns should be all the way out. Defense, now that's a different story. Your last means of defense, that's when the gun should be pulled out. But you have police have batons, flashlights, tasers, you name it. They have so many weapons, handcuffs that they can, and they're skilled in martial arts, self defense. You know, and I know nobody wants to get hurt. Anybody that is supposed to be protecting and serving the community and making the money that they make, putting their life on the line for that little bit of money, they get paid worse than teachers. Teachers and police officers, they got the worst pay. That's why police officers get so corrupt. They can become so corrupt, shall I say? Let me say it the correct way, because they don't really get paid enough. I don't think teachers and teachers, firemen, police. You know what I'm saying? I think they all need to be six-figure salaries, and the training that you have to go through to become in that profession should be very extreme, like that of a doctor. You know, a doctor just looking at things and practicing things. What doctor cures things nowadays? I mean, shit, come on now. So, I mean, anybody should be able to be a doctor. A doctor's like an advisor or whatever. They just suggest things that the damn pharmaceuticals company tell them, oh, this lowers blood pressure, you know, or this or that right there. Yeah. You know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just venting. I had to get some rest. I woke up and I'm just just venting a little bit. I don't know, but I'm just saying, it's on my mind. It was on my just something that just manifested itself. So I'm just speaking about it. I speak what's on my mind. So that was on my mind. I thought I'd speak about it. But everything I say that come out of my mouth is facts. That's true, because I be
International.
G. And with that being said, we're gonna go on. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some articles for the day. My West Coast people say I don't put them out enough. You know what I'm saying? All the news or anything that I bring up always on it seems like East Coast or this and that right there. Same thing happens on coast to coast. Same thing happens state to state. Same thing. It really does. You know what I'm saying? And more so there than ever, and you never hear about it. You know what I mean? But it happens. It really does. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the articles today, this week right here. I have several, and jump into the Richard Cranium and call it a night, y'all. But here we go right here. Let me see. Oh, yeah, here we go right here. And let me just switch. Okay, it's full size. Good. Okay. Man shot a police officer in California, killed him. You know what I'm saying? Killed the police officer and a bystander. You know what I'm saying? Because the police officer had parked in the wrong damn in front of his house or something, talking about you can't park here. You know, he was going to a gathering or whatnot. But a little something about it right here. I'm gonna share with y'all. You know, and this is people killing police officers. Right, yeah.
Now at 11, new details on a shootout in Baldwin Park that left a police officer and another innocent victim dead. Tonight, a neighborhood trying to come to grips with a shocking outburst of violence. And a local police department is grieving the loss of a young officer and father. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter live at the scene of a growing memorial tonight. Leanne.
Mark, so many here in the Baldwin Park community grieving, and that memorial you see live behind me here of candles, flowers, and notes continuing to grow right here in front of the police department. The officer, one of two innocent lives lost in that violence. Gunshots ring out just moments after the victim is seen walking by the camera. The fatal shooting, the start of the deadly violence That claimed the life of one Baldwin Park police officer and seriously injured another. Outside the police station, the memorial in honor of 35-year-old Samuel Riveros continues to grow.
Oh, he was always so kind and loving and yeah, just paying my respects. It's kind of just shocking though, how it all happened. So so surreal.
Neighbors say they had seen the suspect, identified as 22-year-old Eduardo Roberto Medina Berumen, with a rifle.
I saw him over there shooting up and shooting that way and loading the. So when I saw him like that, I called her his mom.
Witnesses say the first victim was headed to a relative's for a party. According to loved ones, he had dropped his family off and is walking back after parking when the gunfire rang out. The victim's car still parked on the street.
We just heard, 3 loud noises, and we didn't know it was gunshots. We pulled up the camera, and then my mom came outside, and then we saw him laying on the floor.
When police arrived, they were met with gunfire. Riveros killed in a shootout with the suspect. Bullet holes in the house, car window shattered. A community in mourning.
His life wasn't appreciated by whoever did this, and I just want to thank the police station here and everywhere else because they're out there protecting us, trying to protect us.
The first victim of that alleged shooter has not yet been identified. Riveros, a husband and father and treasured member of the police department here. A vigil is expected to be held here Friday night in honor of all that he has given this community. Live in Baldwin Park, Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Leanne, thank you.
Hey, see as I say?
This morning, flags across LA.
Told you things just happen, man. I mean, this is police officer that was off duty. He was visiting a party, a day party, cookout, barbecue is what they call it on the West Coast. And dude said, "Yo, you can't park there." I looked at the story this morning. I was up at 5 this morning. I seen the story at 5 this morning, and so you can't park there, and just start firing. I don't know what the fuck he was on. He had to be on something, something that was shit. I don't know. Something I don't know. These new ass drugs you got out there right now, 2C, goddamn, you got the fentanyl laced with every damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Shit, motherfucker don't know if they taking off and landing out this motherfucker. Come on now. Shit, motherfucker just pull gats and kill innocent walking bystanders, police and police and damn innocent civilians and everything. You just think you on GTA for real. Then we wonder why motherfucking cops just damn pull first. Just like my introduction was about the police and all that, the killings and stuff. Man, they done shot the damn police. And hate crime, you know what I'm saying? Hate crime. Me, I'm a firm believer. Y'all know how I stand. Y'all know where I stand on certain subjects and things like that. I have no problem with any member of the LGBT community. I have no problem with none of them. None of y'all. I don't have a problem with you. But what I have a problem with is the pressure that y'all be putting on people to try to damn convert them into whatever y'all are, or thinking y'all you have to be so flamboyant and display your style or whatever, or try to recruit young kids and shit like that. I don't agree with that shit right there at all. Really, you know how I feel, but I let you live. You know what I'm saying? I think all people should live, you know what I'm saying, no matter what you do. And that's the truth. This show right here, I'm gonna probably touch some nerves, because I had some people to email me and things and say, why don't you ever talk about this? Like, I'm scared to talk about some facts or things, you know what I'm saying, that's really going on. Like this, like police shootings and like the victim of police, the statistics of police murders and things like that. I'm not afraid to say that. I'll bring it out to you. You understand what I'm saying? So this whole show gonna be dedicated to shit like that right there. And I started with the police right there, and then this is going into the transgender shit. Now, do I agree with it? No, no. No, I don't agree. I think everybody should be respected, and everybody should be given respect. That's me. But a man should be a man, a woman should be a woman. As far as that bathroom shit go, I think who you are, what you got down there, that's where you need to be using the bathroom at. In sports, what your sexual organs are down there is where you should play sports. You're a transgender man, you're a transgender woman. I mean, so a man that's transgendering into a woman, you think you should play a woman's sports? International G said, hell no. Fuck that. That's not right. You play the man's sport, but you have to play hot damn as you are. Shit. You can't go, I don't think that's right. It's not right. And I say it ain't right. You know? That's my opinion. And everybody entitled to it. Do I have anything against what you choose to do? Hell no. You do what you want to do. I don't care. You be who you want to be. You can identify as Spider-Man as far as the fuck I care. I don't care. But don't intrude into situations that's gonna make conflicts. Like knowing you're a man, got manly abilities, ain't gonna go in a woman's sport, dominate. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and go to two articles back to back, so we can speed along through this right here. And here it is right here. This it's a hate crime right here. We're keeping the West Coast too. We're keeping the West Coast. Keeping the West Coast since y'all say I don't fuck with y'all. All right. Keeping the West Coast. This transgender person was attacked. Here we go. Let's see what they're talking about. This is about the police officer. Okay.
Most doctors recommend daily walks
my
because
fault. Okay, anyway, well, here it is. My fault.
But how do you get healthy circulation boost?
My fault. Here it is, right here. My fault. I apologize for here.
New photos of the three men believed responsible. The attacks began in April, and she says the same men returned with a gun. Eyewitness News reporter Sophie Flay now live with the latest. Sophie?
Mark, it appears as though this is becoming a pattern. This is the 6th time this transgender woman has been attacked, and we now have new images from the most recent attack over the weekend. A violent attack on a transgender woman in Westlake was caught on surveillance video in April, but over the weekend, it happened again.
Los golpes todos iban dirigidos a la cara y a la cabeza. Muy pocos son cerca de aquí. Tengo.
¿Y tiene sus labios inflamados?
Los tengo rotos.
We first introduced you to 61-year-old Sabrina De La Pena after being brutally beaten by multiple men with a skateboard at her convenience store on West 6th Street. De La Pena says the men stole about $30,000 on Saturday, and this time they brought a gun.
Y me di por vencida y dije ya, se acabó. Pero la pistola no se disparó. Él le hizo dos veces. Y no, y el otro ya estaba en mi cuarto, yo creo, tomando el dinero.
The money stolen was supposed to be used to pay rent and care for her 17-year-old and 21-year-old daughters, according to her GoFundMe.
La sexta vez que soy, como dice, lastimada por esta gente. Y no hay nadie que me proteja cuando yo decía.
Los Angeles police are now asking for the public's help to find these 3 suspects after De La Pena was assaulted, pepper sprayed, and tasered. Police believe there are more victims out there. If you have information, you are encouraged to contact the Rampart robbery detectives using that number on your screen, or if you wish to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers. Live in West Hollywood, Sophie Flay, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Sophie, thank you.
There it is right there. See? People, man, hey, transgenders, they have it hard, boy. I'm telling you, some of them have it hard. But like I said, we're going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going. I'm going to flip this thing right here today. Now, West Coast, I'm shouting you out. Y'all got problems too, okay? It's problems everywhere, just like this, all around the country. Fuck that. Why ain't no good news? Why don't we have good news? That's what we should have. Let's get the rolling. Let's keep on going right here. This is what I was talking about right here. I feel that in this law passed that a woman, whatever you identify, whatever you were born as, and what's on that birth certificate, that's where you should play sports and all of that at. I don't give a damn. That's what you should do. And that's what it is. For real. Let me, I wonder why all this, okay, here we go. All right, here it is. Keep it going.
Transgender athletes. And as Eyewitness News reporter,
Start it over. Start from
there's a new fight brewing between the Trump administration and the state of California over transgender athletes. And as Eyewitness News reporter Ron McMillan tells us, there's a late development on what happens to those athletes who win medals in state competitions.
The stands at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Central California are empty, showing not a hint of the controversy swirling all around the upcoming CIF finals, in which a transgender athlete from Jurupa Valley High School
Damn, I was muted. And I muted myself, and I did that shit. Damn, again. All that good shit I just said. I can't repeat it. I ain't gonna repeat it. Shit, fuck all that. Damn. Damn. I cannot believe that. The whole time I've been talking, I've been muted. Yes, I see that. Damn. But I go back and I share that screen and I tell you what I said. I shared the screen, and the screen was talking about the job market, and the job market right there, the healthcare. And I said, no wonder the FDA, the USDA, the USDA gonna produce the food that the FDA gonna pass. Let it go. All right, USDA gonna pass it. The FDA gonna approve the drugs that shot up into the chickens and the beef and everything like that. To keep us sick with that pattern with the USDA, FDA, all the motherfuckers, DEA, FBI, all the motherfuckers is in it against us. We better damn run, shit. But anyway, healthcare leads the field. Job market for 2000. All right, for 2025. Okay, the fastest growing job sectors. All right, already damn healthcare is almost 200,000 plus jobs in that field. And I said because the USDA gonna make sure that the damn that the food source is poisonous enough so the damn pharmaceutical companies can make the drugs that the FDA passed to put a Band-Aid on the problem. Obesity and all that. Y'all some dirty motherfuckers, man. I tell you what, y'all dirty, man. This whole healthcare system and all this FDA, USDA, all y'all motherfuckers dirty as hell for the shit you do. All right, and what I said, what concerns me the most is you got the healthcare coming in with 200,000 plus jobs. All right, you can go on to see it right there, transportation and warehousing. All right, that's a field that a lot of minorities were in. I'm gonna tell you what happened right here in this field during the COVID years, during the Biden administration. This is what happened right here, and I'm glad Trump really straightened that industry out because it's 50,000 plus jobs are created right there, and these are a lot of them are self-employed, so they running their own company. All right, so but the transportation and warehousing, all right, transportation. Biden was letting these damn Ukrainians come over here, and the Ukrainians, a lot of the men, their profession was truck drivers, so they put 2 and 3 in the truck together, and they was killing the market. They were doing shit so cheap that nobody can compete with. And that's because he let all these motherfucking foreigners in, gave them all this money, and they were able to knock Americans out of jobs and everything like that. Hey, black people were into this field and got into it, got to eating, and then when all these Ukrainians came in, that might be why y'all did that shit. Y'all more scared of black people in America than y'all are any other country or whatever. You know what? Y'all might have did this shit. That war with Russia and Ukraine, you might have allowed that to happen because you knew you were gonna bring them in as refugees. I'm connecting dots now. Let me show you my face so you can know I'm talking to y'all. I'm connecting dots now. You know the war gonna happen if you don't intervene, America. You allow it to happen because you're gonna bring the refugees, their citizens here, allow them to be refugees in America, taking over easily an industry because you feed them money when they get here for placement, home placement, start a business, do whatever you need to do. We got your back. That field was being dominated by black people. A lot of people of color, I shall say. The transporting business. This is facts. I know this shit. I had a little business. I had a little logistic company. Shit, they were, everybody was eating. Shit, I might well eat. I had a little logistics company, and I seen what was happening, what really happened. I know, so this is not anything that's made up, secondhand, anything like that. My opinion, no, motherfucker. These are facts from
International
G. So the warehouses, so yeah. But what disturbed me the most out of this job growth thing right here is government. Well, government, 20,000 plus jobs. So they're gonna have what they had last year plus 20,000. So the ones that Trump fired, they saying gonna be hired back and gain 20,000 jobs in the government sector. I need the government to become smaller. I'm for a small government. Something that we, the people, can control, because right now, the control is with the government controlling us. And we are the people. The government's supposed to be bowing down and kissing our ass, kissing our feet. Them motherfuckers should be making $35,000 a motherfucking year. And if a lobbyist dare give them some money, both of them get crucified. Not rectified, but crucified. That's how I feel about a lobbyist, how it should happen. These ain't no threats or anything like that. But let me push a bill to ban all lobbyists, because from all lobbyists, that's where all the corruption comes. These are facts. That's why the only reason I fuck with Donald Trump, because he's not a politician. He hasn't sold his soul for that. He already had money in a different way. He might have kissed ass or befriended people that he know he doesn't fuck with. Really? He was like Elvis Presley. Fuck with all the black people. He sure did. Fuck with all the niggas. White nigga Trump is. And he fucked with all niggas in the 80s, 90s. You seen him. Wu-Tang had him on the album. You seen that shit. Everybody take pictures with him. Nobody can say Trump was a racist. Because Trump fucked with you. He fucked with you, he fucked with you. He ain't give a fuck, because if he fucked with you, you were somebody special to him. He financed Jesse Jackson's motherfucking failed presidential campaign. He ain't have a clue what he wanted to do. I just need $1 million, Trump. All right, Trump, that's all you need. Shit for your here, bam. I financed it. It was more than that, but he financed it. Nobody else would give Jesse Jackson no money. They say, man, you wasting your money going to give to you white people. Then you crazy. Just start an organization within the community. Don't. Trump said, I believe in you. If you think you can do it, I know you can do it. I bet on you. He felt that confident about Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson ain't nothing but a no-good snake. Like all of them. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, huh? All of them too good, no good motherfuckers. Hell yeah, I said it. God damn it, and you tell him I said it, motherfucker. Tell him.
International
G said you a no good motherfucker. And I mean it. Hell to the year. Hell to the year. But let me move on right there with the recruitment goals right there. All right, we got the recruitment goals that Trump did. We got the damn job market, but I just didn't like that 20,000 gang. If you're a Republican, Republicans are for smaller government, less sanctions. You dig what I'm saying? Smaller government. See, Democrats want this big government so they can hide all this shit in there. It's easy to hide shit. Hide shell companies and all this money going all these places. That's why they like a big government. They let everybody get money, their peoples and everything. Nah, motherfucker, man, come on now. Listen, if we as a people, if everybody came together, United States, whatever, you know what I'm saying, if we as a people, any people, if black people came together, it'll be something. But I'm just saying, if all Americans come together and say, we are Americans, we're going to support this country, we're going to do for this country, because that's what you want to do for where you live at. Real talk. Where you live, that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But I don't know. It's hard to bring people together because people gonna always be divided by. They think they're smart. They think they're smarter than the smartest person in the room. They think they got more sense to the person that's bringing them knowledge. Or they think the person that's bringing them knowledge, they feel a certain way about. I want for my brother what I want for myself. I've had the same friends ever since damn near all my life. And all of them can tell you that. What I want for me, I want for everybody. The Yankees up 3-1. I'm glad of that. But anyway, let's get back on to some more. Let's take it another way now. All right, I went West Coast. I did what y'all wanted me to do, West Coast. There's problems everywhere. And if you didn't see it, you need to go back and watch the beginning of the show, West Coast. And it wasn't but a small moment where my mic was muted. And I did that myself, and I apologize because I had to use the restroom. So during one of the intermissions, one of the films I was showing, the short videos I was showing, I went to use the bathroom. You didn't even have to know that, but I put it on mute, and that's what happened. All right. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go into this other article. And this gets deep, ladies and gentlemen. It might be deep over your head. I don't know. But if it is, hey.
Called Who is Mr. Global?
Mm-hmm.
And we called Who is Mr. Global?
Mm-hmm.
And we went through every different hypotheses.
What do you mean? Can you define Mr. Global?
Is the committee that runs the world. So
Okay.
there's a committee at the top that makes all the big decisions. And my nickname for it is Mr. Global. So the question is, who is Mr. Global, and why is Mr. Global doing what he's doing? Because when I look at a situation, I like to put myself in somebody else's shoes. Like if I was Danny and I was doing this, what would it look like from my point of view? And so I want to put myself in why is Mr. Global doing this? What's Mr. Global's point of view? So anyway, Joseph and I went through and did Who is Mr. Global and why is he doing what he's doing? So we went.
Okay. Who is Mr. Global? I can't play that yet. Let's see who Mr. Global is.
Elon Musk says that.
Let's go about what Elon Musk said. Come on.
Earth only has 10% of its life left before it's incinerated by the sun. In a Fox News interview, Musk warned, saying, quote, "Eventually, all life on Earth will be incinerated by the sun." He's not talking fiction, he's talking physics. If Earth is 4.5 billion years old, he says we probably have about 500 million years left before it gets way too hot to live here. That's why he calls colonizing Mars as life insurance for humanity. But it's not just about landing there. Musk says we need a self-sustaining city to be able to survive without Earth. Astrophysicists agree, saying the sun will eventually expand, which will then boil our oceans and swallow our planet. The timeline, very long. The threat, possibly real. So Musk's message is simple. Earth won't last forever. We need to start planning now, or risk it all. 7. Elon Musk says the Earth only...
Okay. All right, we've seen that now. Okay, that's cool. He thinks about shit. He thinks about shit in the future. All right, that's what he think about shit is, for real. All right, let's see. And let's see. You know, the sun getting hotter. That's why Dr. York, man, free Dr. York. That's what I said. I said it for real. They got him with them fictitious charges and stuff. Every black leader, they come up with a charge, say they a pedophile or they done beat women and this right here. Every black leader. That P. Diddy shit is something different. But every black leader that's authentic, they have put that pedophile shit on them. And that don't be the case at all. Motherfucking government, man, whatever. Free Dr. York. But anyway, Dr. York said, I ain't scared of these white folk. Damn, the sun gonna kill them. That's what he said 15 years ago, he said that shit. 15 years ago, 20 years ago. 20 years ago, he said that. If not longer. Yeah, he said, I ain't worried about these white folks. Sun gonna kill them. He said it was gonna get hotter every day. And we the people of the sun, we can accept, and our skin ready for it. You dig what I'm saying? So we got longer on this planet than they do. They know their time is up. But here it is right here. Look at this right here.
Check this out. Keep in mind, this obviously at one point was considered to be completely safe. It was approved to be safe. Check this out.
Research has people a little frightened to use it. There's a new study out that says after just one day, chemicals in sunscreens enter your bloodstream.
Before you grab that bottle of sunscreen, the first thing you need to do is check the ingredients on the back.
They are chemicals and they can potentially be dangerous.
Look at any bottle of sunscreen on the store shelf and it'll more than likely have one of these ingredients.
Avobenzone and oxybenzone are very commonly in your chemical sunscreens.
But a new study finds when you apply sunscreen with those chemicals, along with two other ones known as Escamsol and octocrylene, they can absorb into your skin and into your bloodstream.
In more than 80% of the sunscreen products sold in the USA were now considered potentially unsafe for use.
Check this out. Keep in mind, this obviously at one point was considered to be completely safe. It was approved to be...
See, that's what I'm saying. You see that, y'all? And see, that shows you right there. I'm telling you this right here. So that shows you that I am not racist because I'm trying to protect white people right here. Hell, we need white people around, for real. Who else gonna damn go in the jungle, try to tame a lion, go or venture to the bottom of the sea, or even try to go out of space, or climb that mountain to see what's on top? Come on now. Shit, everybody need everybody, for real. I'm just saying now. Shit, I'm just saying. And with that being said, I'm going to keep moving. They was talking about Mr. Global. We're going to get into Mr. Global now. Let's get into who Mr. Global really is right now. All right, let's get into it.
And who were the owners of these slave ships? Who were the biggest slavers in the 16th century? The Ashkenazi were the biggest slavers in the 16th and 17th century, going into the 18th century. You see, Ashkenazi slaving was huge. This is from, I have to be careful when I say this, so my sources, it's always best to go with Jewish sources, right? Because you just trod on a bunch of toes. So we'll go with the Jewish sources. There's a ton of sources out there, but I'll stick with the Jewish ones because that's just safer. The Jewish scholar Jonathan Shorshak says this: Jewish merchants routinely possessed enormous numbers of slaves temporarily before selling them off. If a slave auction fell on a Jewish festival, it was postponed due to lack of buyers and sellers. The Jews of Suriname gave their slave plantations Hebrew names such as Machanayim, Nachamu, and Goshen, Rabbi Herbert Bloom adds that the slave trade was one of the most important Jewish activities. Jewish slaving is in fact confirmed.
Hey, I can't make this shit up. Fuck that. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I cannot make it up. Let's see what else. Let's see what
It was all masterfully planned and executed. During the Civil War, the Constitutional Republic abandoned Congress, which forced President Lincoln to issue martial law. At this time, the Republic was taken over by foreign insurgents who replaced it with the United States of America, Inc., in all caps, in 1871. A corporation that had the same name, the United States. What better way to replace it without anyone noticing that they just got turned into a business and commercialized? Now, this corporation was later purchased by the banking powers behind the Fed in 1912. The Fed was created in 1913. Why did this happen? Well, the U.S. was bankrupt when we sold the United States to foreign banking cartels, if you will. Salvage liens were placed on every asset. Check this out, including the people of the new federalized states. Now let's fast forward to 1933. An income tax was placed on the people to pay these foreign bankers who own the IMF, which owns the IRS. Look into what the IRS actually is. Who is the IMF owned by? You got to follow the money. Who funds it? It's the same people that own the United States Inc. Same few families, and they're not American. So when I say foreign insurgents, that's what I mean. So 1933, USA Inc. goes bankrupt. An income tax is placed on its people. In other words, you and I were turned into property. Look it up. We were turned into cattle, and we were collateralized in order to turn us, humans, flesh and blood, into a means of paying off a massive debt. But the problem is that while you are technically a person, you've entered into contracts that you're completely unaware of, such as your birth certificate, social security number, etc., that are all saying, I consent to being collateralized. You're living as property, as opposed to living as a blood and flesh natural being. On paper, you are property. You are a corporation right now. You might be hearing this and thinking, we're fucked. We're property? Are you kidding me? And that's true. And property doesn't have rights. But here is both the blessing and the curse. There are multiple of you. Just like there's multiple United States of Americas. Sleight of hand, remember? What hat do they want to wear? There are multiple of you.
Not saying nothing. Nothing. Get the game. Also, go get some shocking truth. Some more truth. Hey, I dropped something that I deleted something that I supposed to kept. Damn. Anyway. I'm gonna go with this right here. I'm gonna let y'all hear this right here. Then I'm gonna.
Study that was done in the 1960s, and it was really commissioned by NASA because they wanted to know how to hire more geniuses. So they hired George Land and his team to go out and figure out what makes a genius. So they started with a group of 5-year-olds and they gave them a creativity test. So the way they defined genius was, how do you use your creative imagination to solve problems? And what they found was, of this group of 5-year-olds, 98% qualified as geniuses. Then they came back 5 years later when this group was 10 years old, and it was down to 30%. 5 years later at 15, it was down to 12%. And then I think they just kind of gave up in disgust. But George Land took it further and went out and surveyed adults and found that only 2% of adults. And the thing that's also very interesting is he attributed this to school, 100% to school, that you would take a population, 98% genius, and dumb them down to 2%. And one of his quotes that I love is he said, uncreative behavior and thinking is learned.
That's why I tell people, boy, they so smart, they dumb. They done been into this Rockefeller educational system for so long and believe in that system right there for so long that they just dumb. Dumb. All right. Let's see what this is.
Jewish historians record old Jewish documents showing how the slave trade was so thoroughly Jewish that slave auctions throughout the Americas had to close on Jewish holidays. Brazil received far more African slaves than North America. A. Witzner, another official of the Jewish Historical Society, in his book Jews in Colonial Brazil, pages 72 and 73, wrote, quote, "The buyers who appeared at the auctions were almost always Jews, and because of their lack of competitors, they could buy slaves at low prices. If it happened that the date of such an auction fell on a Jewish holiday, the auction had to be postponed." Studying the Jewish histories of the New World, I began to learn of a carefully recorded Jewish history that you and I are not permitted to know about. I discovered that many centuries before the transatlantic slave trade, that Jews had dominated the slave trade in the entire Western world for the last 2,000 years, even as far back as Roman times. Duncan Wagnall's Jewish Encyclopedia, volume 10, page 48, writes, quote, "The trade in slavery constituted the main source of livelihood for the Roman Jews. In the 5th century, Pope John..."
All right. Hey, I didn't do that. I promise you I didn't. But we're going to keep going to another article. Nope, not that one. That is the last one. That is the last one, y'all. But yeah. So with that being said, we're going to do it like this right here. Hold up. With that being said, we're going to go on and do it like this right here. Come the time in the show where we give the Richard Cranium Award out, you know. And a lot of times we don't give a lot of people their flowers, you know, while they're living. A lot of times people, we wait till people pass away and give them their flowers. With that being said, the Richard Cranium Award this week goes to no other than your regular ass ex-motherfucking president, Joe Biden. And this is a man that y'all gave 81 million votes to. Come on now, y'all got to think about that shit right there. 81 million votes to this. is right there, y'all. There it is right there. There it is right there. The Richard Cranium Award this week, y'all. I can't stop giving it to him. Goes to Joe Biden. Damn it, Joe Biden. Joe, Sleepy Joe. 81 million votes, y'all voted for this motherfucker. 81 million people. Y'all know that's a damn lie. I bet you that motherfucker didn't get 40 million votes. Who gonna vote for that motherfucker right there now? All right. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Hey, peace, love, happiness, you know what I mean? This concludes another week. I had to go West Coast this time because, you know, my West Coast people, they think I don't fuck with them. I fuck with y'all, man. I love y'all just like I love everybody else, man. West Coast G, that's what my name used to be. Now it is
International
G. Come on, same person, just growed up. And with that, I love y'all. And I leave you with peace. Positive energy always creates elevation.